Let's be honest for a second. Everyone wants abs. And honestly, everyone starts going to the gym in search of abs. But most of y'all fail. So in this video, I'll be explaining how exactly I got abs and how you can too. So keep watching right till the end. First things first, and the most basic thing, everyone already has abs. It's just a matter of muscular definition and a layer of fat covering your muscles. So the main issue over here is not that you don't have abs, but that your abs aren't big enough so that they'll pop out, or you're just way too fat, which is why that actual muscle is just not visible. Now that we know what our main issue is, that is lack of muscle size and presence of excess fat, we now proceed on to how we solve these problems. And the number one way that most people tend to solve these problems is by just training your abs. Now, this does solve one problem out of the two problems that we discussed about muscle size, but it doesn't even touch the other problem. But most people think it touches both of these problems, and this is even a bigger mistake. You see, guys, training abs is only going to increase your muscle size. You can't train abs if you're way too fat. If you're way too fat, training abs is only going to increase your muscle size, but it's not going to make it visible because you still got that layer of fat covering your muscle. In that case, the only thing that's going to help you is going in a caloric deficit. Now, caloric deficit is basically having lesser calories than you burn throughout the day, and this is basically a core concept of fat loss. Now, I've already made a ton of videos on fat loss on this channel. You can have a look at all of those videos after watching this video. But the main point I want to state over here is that if you look something like this, then that means training your abs is not going to help you. You need to lose your fat. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mean to say that you should stop training your abs altogether. Training your abs is still important because it will build the muscle beneath that layer of fat. But what I mean to say is training your abs is not going to burn your fat above it. So you should still train your abs because that will make the abdominal muscles beneath that fat layer bigger. So you won't have to lose as much fat as you would have if you didn't train your abs at all. Because that means if your muscle is bigger, it will pop out more easily. So you won't have to drop down to like 10% body fat. Even if you're 12% body fat, your abs will still be considerably visible. Now that we're talking about training our abs, let's talk about how to train them efficiently. First things first, I want you to ditch all those ab circuit workouts. All those 10 minutes follow along ab workouts you see online, they're all bullshit. Just a total waste of time. Don't waste your time on them. Train your abs like any other muscle of the body. Think about it, man. Do you train your chest the way you train your abs in those 10-minute follow along workouts? Do you just feel the burn and then stop? Is that what you call a chest workout? No, right? Then why do you train your abs like that? Abs is not a special muscle. It's just a same muscle in the body like any other. So you need to train it exactly like any other muscle of the body. Train it 2 to 3 times a week till all out failure, 3 to 4 sets, and focus on progressively overloading your abdominal exercises as well. You need to understand that the main function of your abs is to bend your spine. So any motion that causes your spine to bend or fold is going to activate your abs. I personally train my abs by doing 2 sets of decline bench curls followed by 2 sets of decline bench leg raises. And I would suggest you to do these exact same exercises because these exercises have the best resistance curve out of all other ab exercises, in my opinion. Both these exercises load your abdominal muscles in their stretch state, which is exactly what we want, as the latest science suggests that training your muscle in their lengthened state is most beneficial for hypertrophy and better muscle growth. Just do these two exercises 3 times a week till all out failure, and I can assure you that your abs will get bigger. Forget about those 10-minute circuit workouts. They're absolutely useless. You know why they're useless? It's because they don't really put your abs under a great amount of mechanical tension. And mechanical tension is the primary driver of muscle hypertrophy. Tension on the muscle. Just feeling the burn isn't tension. You know, you sit in those plank positions, that's just going to accumulate more lactic acid in your abs. It's not really putting your abs under a heavy load. There's no mechanical tension on your abs to a meaningful extent. Just feeling like you've done something, just feeling the burn, just feeling the pain does not correlate with muscle growth. And plus, how are you going to progressively overload on planks? I mean, further down the line, there will be a point in time when you can plank for 10 minutes straight. How do you plan to progressively overload from that? Are you gonna plank 30 minutes after that or 1 hour after that? That's just unsustainable and unrealistic. And that's really all there is to it to getting abs, man. I mean, there's really nothing that complicated about getting abs. People just make it complicated because complicated shit actually sells. You know what I mean? Because think about it. If you're a beginner, you've almost always only seen everyone doing crunches. And if you go online, then there's there's like tens and hundreds of different types of ab workout routines that look very new and very difficult. That doesn't mean they're actually beneficial for you. The basics is always the best to follow, so stick with the basics. So to summarize everything I spoke about in this video, if you're fat, training abs is not going to make your abs visible because the layer of fat is covering your abs. Secondly, you still need to train your abs because training your abs will make the muscles bigger so that you won't have to reduce your body fat percentage as much as you would have if you didn't train your abs at all. If your muscle becomes bigger, it becomes visible much faster and you don't have to reduce your body fat as much. Thirdly, you need to train your abs like any other muscle in the body. It's exactly the same muscle as your chest, shoulder, bicep, or quads. So you need to expose it to high amounts of mechanical tension and focus on progressively overloading consistently on abs as well. Forget about all those bullshit 10-minute follow along ab workouts. They're a complete waste of time. And finally, you need to focus on being lean and reducing your body fat percentage because your abdominal visibility is solely based on how much your body fat percentage is. So if you actually want to learn how to lose fat effectively and stay lean forever and really dial in your macros and nutrition according to your own specific body's needs, then I've already made a complete fat loss guide. The link for that guide will be the first link in the description box below. It costs lesser than what you spend at McDonald's in a day. Invest in your health instead. That will be it for this video. Hope you found it helpful. Like, share, subscribe, comment, whatever for the YouTube algorithm. Tell me what my next video topic should be, and I'll see you in the next one.